At some point, you got to draw a line, and should have been drawn a long time ago.
The Phoenix Suns are spiraling, and it feels like they've hit their boiling point. Post-game, after a tough Pelicans loss, we heard from Mike Budenholzer, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Mike Budenholzer's comments, Steven, left a lot to be desired. This is his response when he was asked if he felt like the Suns still have some fight left in the season and how they ended up getting here.
Yeah, no, we haven't played well enough. We've had stretches where we haven't executed, whether it be defensively or offensively, and we haven't been good enough to get us through. And it's not. I wish there was one thing but it's you go and there's always small things, too many to list, and where we got to be better. So we just got to keep working at it.
You mentioned having that belief and needing that fight in the locker room. Do you still feel that from the guys?
Yeah. No, I mean, these guys, Book, Kevin, Tyus tonight playing 38 minutes. They're competing. We got to make a few more plays, both ends of the court, and get over the hump and feel that, and then try and build on it.
I had a question for you, Erik.
Please.
So we hear Bud talking about it's just a lot of little things that they have to clean up. My question to you is, a lot of those little things we've spoken to in detail on our multiple podcasts, either pregame, postgame, or our 3 p.m. shows, sometimes on Southwest Bias as well. Do you feel like he's emptied the clip in terms of exhausting all of the options at his disposal to address some of those weaknesses and inconsistencies that we see?
He's played every player, but he has not done every combination. He has not done a consistent rotation. He has not implemented a consistent offensive identity. So I think that he's tried a lot of different things, but I don't think he's tried it in the way that a good head coach would.
I like the way you answered that question. We just got done speaking earlier today about Mark Daigneault in one of his responses, and saying that it's his responsibility. It would be irresponsible to be specific, is what he said. It would be irresponsible to not test out all of these different things, to know as much about the roster that he has for this season as possible. Does not feel like the Suns are in a situation where they can comfortably say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, the stars aren't comfortable. And you could tell that the Suns have reached their boiling point because Devin Booker, now to non-Phoenix Suns fans, what we're about to play might not seem like the biggest deal or the most like erratic behavior, but Book does not say things post-game. He just doesn't. And this is Devin Booker on how the Suns got to this point of the season and what it takes to fix the communication and execution.
I'd say, just, skipping over the details and, always taking the, get them next game mentality. At some point you got to draw a line, and should have been drawn a long time ago.
To your point about drawing that line and improving the communication and your experience with a lot of different types of teammates, what does it take to kind of build that environment, I guess?
Everybody has to be on the same page. You can starts with the leaders of the team, obviously me, Brad, and Kay, and Coach. But from my history, there's 15, 20 guys on the sideline that know the game plan, that know what's going on, and in the huddles, just constant communication.
He doesn't go crazy, throw a table, flip a chair, but by Devin Booker standards, saying sometimes you've got to draw the line, and the line should have been drawn a long time ago. He doesn't say those things, Steven, and to me, that is, in his own way, the type of passion and energy that the team needs beyond Mike Budenholzer's, we just haven't been playing good.
Yeah, that's why his response got so much of a reaction out of me in terms of my ears being perked up, because you don't hear him speak like that often. I personally been covering the Suns for 5-6 seasons now. It's my first time hearing him speak and even seem demeanor-wise the way in which he looks right now. And I feel like there's no more telltale signs than what we're seeing from him and what we heard from him in that clip that we just played.
Yeah, and I think it got a little bit worse as far as body language goes and looking into the mind of this team, because we heard Mike Budenholzer say the Suns need to stay optimistic. This is what Kevin Durant had to say in response to Mike Budenholzer saying that.
Kevin Fed was saying it's key to stay optimistic right now. How easy or difficult is it to stay optimistic the last 10 or 12 here?
I don't want to say the wrong thing and people take it out of context. So I'm going to just agree that we just got to be better.
It's the body language on that one, Steven. As soon as he asked the question, he just puts his hand up to his head, tries to basically pull his beanie down over and just says, I don't even want to answer that.
Yeah, that again is weighing on these players. It's weighing on the fellas.
Yeah.
You can tell the disposition post game says everything. Again, I'm definitely the last person to ever be body language police or whatever people want to call that, but I think that the response that we were seeing from those two players in particular speaks to a boiling point of some sorts, frustration, surely, and players that just feel far removed from where they desire to be at this point in the season.
Yeah, it feels like the Suns are screwed. That's what it feels like. But to Kevin Durant's credit, I just think he's tired of answering these things. I don't think he's done trying. And this is, well, right. And this is what he had to say when Kevin Durant was asked if he felt like the Suns had it in them to give a little fight to end this season.
Most definitely. I feel like everybody wants to win. I feel like everybody's pissed off. When you see bad body language, that means people care. You know what I'm saying? And guys care in this locker room. I can tell they pissed. Pissed. We having conversations amongst just ourselves sometimes. Obviously, we had conversations with the coaches and our individual coaches, but when we had that dialogue amongst ourselves, we try to figure out what's the best way for us to move forward. We got suggestions, ideas, and when guys still keep that energy around communicating, that shows that guys still want to figure this thing out. So I'm confident in our group that we'll come out tomorrow with a sense of urgency and be better.
Listen, I have no doubt that they want it, but will they do it? Steven, that still is left to be seen. And quite frankly, I'm not betting on it. But maybe you disagree. Maybe you agree. What did you think of those sound bites from the Suns postgame against the Pelicans? Well, if you liked hearing us and our thoughts about it, we do a pre- and post-game show for every single Suns game, plus live shows, additional content, audio, video, all of that right here on PHNX Sports with PHNX Suns. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, and if you're watching this early enough, we will see you for pre- and for post-game Friday night against the Pelicans. Be there or be square.